I decided that I'd film my studio as quickly as possible because I said I'd share it with a few people. I live upstairs. I don't live upstairs, but the art studio lives upstairs. We're in the hallway here of our second floor. It's a very small hallway. If you look down, you will see the nice steep 14 stairs that go down to our kitchen and the rest of the living place of the house. Here's one of my book sculptures hanging at the top of the stairs. And the ever-present smoke alarm, always important. Antique mirror of my mom's. This hallway is the overflow. I have a stamp cabinet, the cat sleeping towel, my book press, extra wax papers for the book press, books I have, things that I haven't unpacked from 2 years ago, a huge scrapbook project piled on the floor there. It's sort of in progress. All of my art papers on a rack that I got when our local stamp store closed, unfortunately, and a chair for the cat to jump on to get to the shelf and over to his towel. This is the guest room that I promised I would leave as a guest room. These were our boys' bedrooms once upon a time. I love the slanted ceilings. And I've kept it as a guest room, and I promised I wouldn't overflow too much into it. So here it is. I have a few of my altered books in here, but I've left it pretty much for people coming. As we walk towards my studio, which is the second bedroom of the house, we remodeled a couple of years ago. I have yet to paint the door. This is the half bath that we had turned into a full bath. I have the blue lights on. Brushes waiting to be washed, a couple little art things on the walls, and I just really like this. We have a skylight, which is really nice during the day. Showers behind the door here, extra storage behind the wall there. And we go into the art studio. That says it all. I have my hanging chimes so that every time I go in, makes a little music, which I like. This is ridiculous, isn't it? 10 years of hoarding things, not just hoarding, but using, and because I'm a mixed media artist, there are all kinds of supplies that I do use. Some of these carts came from my mom when she no longer was doing rubber stamping. She's 98 now and just isn't able to do that. So I was able to get a few nice carts from her. I know where everything is. I do not have drawers labeled. I have threads here, sewing supplies, needles, some of my bookbinding needles, canvases that I work on occasionally, lots and lots of supplies for my paper art. As we walk in, there's Buster sitting at the window. It's funny, I've had to leave my work table open so that he can have two places to sit because there are two windows. Just to the left here is one bookshelf. I lost about 4 feet of space when we remodeled because they made it into a full bath, and the shower's now behind this wall. It used to be a closet. So I have a hanging rack on the back of the door, which has a ton of things on it, including flowers, which I use in my book art for book faces. The shelf has all my eyelets and brads and everything, and books and everything, and more of everything. This little rolling cart is mostly scrapbook papers used in this project that I'm doing. I don't do scrapbooking, but this is for a friend. A few of my books, and then some notebooks and things that I have with patterns and stuff in them. And as we go, I really like the laminate floor. We used to have old shag carpet in here left over from sometime in the 60s. Keep going, more cabinets. As we get closer to my work table, I use more and more of the things that are closer at hand. All of my adhesives are together. A couple hanging lanterns I got. They don't light up, unfortunately, but I liked them, so I got them. Picture I took years ago at Face Rock in Bandon, Oregon. One of my favorite photos at sunset. And this is Buster Cat looking down on our garden. That's my other passion is the spirit garden. And I have two windows that I can look out at night. It's getting dark, so mostly you're seeing reflection in the window. I have two lights, fluorescent lights with magnifying tops to them, and I pull them down when I'm working. Isn't it funny, all this stuff? And I have this small workspace here. Sewing machine, when I do my sewing, it's a little one that I really like a lot. And I just taped a paper towel rack to the table. I didn't have any place to hang it, and it's worked great for cleanup. My heat gun, of which I have several supplies that I use all the time. Scissors, paintbrushes, the glues and paints I use a lot, hammers, you name it, I have it. This station is the beeswax station. This is where I mostly have stuff piled on here now. I clean it away when I am going to work. I open the window, I have a fan, and of course I have the fire extinguisher. I don't do encaustics here, I just do plain beeswax. There are no toxic fumes, but still I do ventilate even in the wintertime. And then this is an extra table which I can open out when I have to cut large sheets of paper, if I have a big project and Buster's table is not large enough for me. Baby wipes are for cleaning my hand, and I actually paint with them too. Over here, lots of sponge stamps, stencil stamps, paints. I forgot to show you down here a case that I can pull out that has a lot of craft paints in it. There are 3 carts under the table, my trash can. And come around, this is my bead station, and it's in progress right now. I have 2 pairs of earrings that I've needed to make all summer. I usually make things that go for people to match clothes, and these are 2 of my friend's jackets, and I'd better get with it and get those done. She said no hurry, and there's been no hurry. These are my 2 iris carts, 7-drawer ones, or 8-drawer ones, I guess, I don't know, 8, 9, that have all my beads in them. One year, Buster knocked over a couple drawers of these that I had on a table, and the lids weren't on, and it was the shag carpet at the time, and it must have spilled 10,000 beads at least on the floor. There's a second stamp cabinet here, which I do use. These are all of my leftover remnants of paper, not only in these 3 drawers, but these 2 baskets. This is what I'm using for collage. Everything wheels out. This moves away from the stamp cabinet when I need to get to it. This box has watercolor paints and supplies in it, some teaching supplies, extra baby wipes, all my different shaping scissors. These are some projects that are in progress right now. And this card here is one that I use for a variety of things. All of my 10-2 Studio images are in the yellow box there. And, the washi paper tape, Sari silk ribbon, that's S-A-R-I. This electric fry pan I take when I do my beeswax classes. I put little metal tins in it, and it's on low, and it keeps the encaustics warm. It's really nice. Small Xyron there, large Xyron here. And so, back to the shelf. Up here, liquor cartons, bottle cartons make great paper storage. So I have 3 of them. And I've taped them together with duct tape so they don't fall apart. And I also had taped them on the back to the shelf so that they won't fall off. And of course another smoke alarm, always important when you're working with heated things. Various supplies are in these iris carts, and back to the scrap paper wheeled cabinet, and the door looking out into the hallway and into the guest's bedroom. So now you've seen my studio, which is crammed full of everything. If I had just one medium that I worked in, of course I wouldn't have all this stuff, but because I am a mixed media artist, I have something for every occasion, and I feel very blessed. I guess that's about it. Buster seems to be resigned to the fact that he has to sit there and not lie down until I'm through taking pictures. And he's looking out the window, wishing that he could get the birds out there. That's about it. Thanks for looking. I'm slowly heading back out the door here. One last view. This is Flat Corinne, which I sent on a round robin a couple years ago after the Flat Stanley dolls. She is the gypsy, and she had a gypsy wagon and book, and that was a lot of fun. Got her back and have her book, which is still packed away in a box from when we had to pack up when we remodeled. So I'm back out in the hall, and I've come full circle. And here is the collage I did in a Sylvia Luna swap a number of years ago, 2005. It was a large 20 by 30 canvas, and it came back to me fully decorated. Thanks.